Vegeta throughout his life has believed that he is the most elite Saiyan in existence. That is, until he faces off against Goku, a Saiyan that he underestimates and assumes is a lower class warrior. The first battle with Goku is the first time that we see Vegeta's ego being crushed. He finds out that he is not as strong as he thinks he is. We begin to understand Vegeta's struggle and his harsh upbringing through the introduction of Frieza into the story. When Vegeta was introduced, he was facing off against Goku. He was just another arrogant villain who needed to be defeated. But his story arc leading up to him becoming this egotistical character really defines the viewer's opinion of him. There is a reason that Vegeta is a fan favorite. Although Goku may be an underdog in his own way, Vegeta is the true underdog of this series. Vegeta as a child was already a gifted fighter, believing that he is destined for greatness, that if the myth of the Super Saiyan was to be true, that he would be the one to attain this legendary transformation. Vegeta overcame the power level of his father, King Vegeta, when he was merely a child. He was hailed as a gifted fighter, and it would be reasonable to assume that out of all of the Saiyans, it would be this elite warrior who would have the best chance to become the legendary Super Saiyan. Vegeta's struggle begins when Frieza arrives and subjugates the Saiyan race and threatens Vegeta that he will kill his father, the king of planet Vegeta, if he does not follow Frieza's orders. These Saiyans are a warrior race who inhabit the planet called Vegeta. Due to being able to transform into Uzarus, they are able to wipe out neighboring planets' inhabitants fairly quickly. Frieza forms a partnership with the Saiyans. They would wipe out planets of their inhabitants so that they could be sold by Frieza to the highest bidder. In exchange, the Saiyans would receive technology which would improve their space travel capabilities and battle armor to use in their planetary conquests. Frieza then begins to treat the Saiyans as his slaves. He orders King Vegeta to hand over Prince Vegeta so that Frieza can take him under his wing. Despite being loyal to Frieza and working tirelessly to his every command, Frieza kills his father and every Saiyan by blowing up the planet that Vegeta called home. It is rumored that Frieza caught wind of the rumor of the legendary Super Saiyan transformation. He begins to believe in this rumor after he sees how strong the Saiyans have gotten under his control. Deep down, Frieza is afraid that a Super Saiyan may rise up among the Saiyans. As a preventative measure, he wipes out the whole Saiyan race out of fear. Vegeta is a prince without anyone to serve him. The dreams of becoming a legendary Super Saiyan are nothing but a fable now. Despite being promised so much, Vegeta has one thing after another taken away from him. Even his life is not his own. Vegeta is Frieza's servant. He is a tyrannical warlord, the strongest being in the known universe at this point. Vegeta has no choice but to be subservient, a very bitter pill to swallow for the prince of a proud warrior race. Vegeta's path to becoming a Super Saiyan begins when he opposes Frieza and heads to planet Namek in search for the Dragon Balls. While on planet Namek, Vegeta is defeated by the Ginyu Force. Goku eventually joins the battle and confidently tells Recoome that he cannot defeat him. He can just tell by looking at him. Goku is uncharacteristically being overconfident. Vegeta takes Goku's confidence in a totally different way. He asks himself if Goku, the lower class warrior, has found a way to become the legendary Super Saiyan. Vegeta describes the legend of the Super Saiyan. He states that a Super Saiyan only appears once in a millennium. The one who attains this ability can surpass barriers that even the most gifted of warriors cannot. But he grounds himself by saying that he was sure that it was just a myth, but on the chance that it could be true, the only Saiyan who could possibly be a Super Saiyan would be himself. Frustratingly, he watches Goku. He cannot believe Goku's strength and speed. Vegeta watches Goku take down Recoome with just one tremendous blow. He is stunned, stating that he has totally surpassed Saiyan's strength. He is completely different to when he fought him on Earth. He is questioning what kind of training Goku did. He then begins to question if the legend of the Super Saiyan is true. Could it be that Goku is the Super Saiyan? Vegeta is literally stunned by Goku's battle power. He isn't aware of Goku's intense gravity training he was doing while on his way to Namek. He is confused about how Goku has improved to such a degree. Later on, Vegeta faces off against Chase, who tells Vegeta that he is no match for him, but Vegeta, after having healed from his previous encounter with the Ginyu Force, states that he has surpassed the limits of an ordinary Saiyan. Vegeta keeps getting stronger and stronger, and this is due to an ability that the Saiyans have. When a Saiyan is on the brink of death and they are healed, their battle power increases tremendously. Vegeta states that his recent increases have been far from ordinary. He is convinced that he is getting closer and closer to becoming a Super Saiyan. He reassures himself that Goku cannot become a Super Saiyan due to him being too soft. His pride and ego have blinded Vegeta. When Vegeta eventually faces off against Frieza, he exclaims to Frieza that he has become the very thing that Frieza fears, a Super Saiyan. Frieza is angered by Vegeta's bragging and charges at him. Locked in fists, Frieza's scouter is destroyed as it tries to keep up with Vegeta's ever-increasing battle power. It seems like Vegeta isn't just gloating, there is truth to his claims. He is getting stronger, and even Krillin comments on how Vegeta has constantly overcome his limits and grown stronger since he arrived on planet Namek. Frieza is not threatened by Vegeta's power, as he has several transformations which increase his own battle power greatly. After coming close to dying and being healed by Dende, Vegeta gains an incredible power boost. Vegeta exclaims for the second time that he is a Super Saiyan, and this time he is convinced without a doubt. Frieza, who is now in his final form, watches as the confident Vegeta powers up. He gloats at how much power he has gained, stating that Frieza should be very afraid of who stands before him. Vegeta is convinced that his power is greater than Frieza's. Devastatingly, it isn't anywhere near enough to challenge Frieza, as he mocks Vegeta by sarcastically remarking he is no match for the legendary Super Saiyan. Vegeta unleashes a barrage of attacks. It seems like he has Frieza on the run, but Piccolo can see Vegeta is doomed. Frieza evades all of Vegeta's attacks, which leaves him stunned. How can a Super Saiyan lose sight of his opponent? Then it begins to sink in that Frieza was never on the run. He was evading every one of Vegeta's attacks. Frieza was toying with Vegeta, allowing him to believe for a split second that he was indeed a Super Saiyan. After Frieza finally increased his power and speed to a level that Vegeta could not keep up with, his confidence becomes crushed. Frieza asks Vegeta, if you are a Super Saiyan, then is this the best that the strongest warrior in history can do? After seeing Vegeta's performance, Frieza confirms to himself that the Super Saiyan was a myth after all. Vegeta crushingly admits to himself that he has not become a Super Saiyan, and even if he was, is a Super Saiyan not strong enough to beat Frieza? Still in complete denial, Vegeta is enraged. He powers up and launches a final attack towards Frieza, which he evades effortlessly. After this, Vegeta finally accepts that he isn't a Super Saiyan, and that he has not even begun to see the depths of Frieza's true power. He becomes defeated. Frozen in mid-air and trembling with fear, he is speechless. Frieza decides to make Vegeta pay for claiming to be a Super Saiyan. Vegeta, totally hopeless, feeling fear and frustration, begins to cry. Frieza begins to beat Vegeta, who has now lost the will to fight. You get to witness Vegeta's confident, egotistical character being completely destroyed before your eyes. You get the chance to feel the crushing, humiliating defeat that he suffers. To have everything you have ever believed in, and everything you have ever valued taken away from you. And lastly, to have your life taken away by the person who caused all of it. Frieza ends up killing Vegeta, but Goku avenges the death of Vegeta. He does this by transforming into a Super Saiyan, the very thing that Frieza fears, and the only thing that Vegeta has ever wanted. When Vegeta is brought back to life by the Dragon Balls, he learns that Goku has achieved what Vegeta has been yearning for his whole life. He is frustrated that not only has Goku avenged his people by defeating Frieza, he has also become a Super Saiyan. When Frieza returns after surviving from his battle with Goku, he launches a counterattack on Earth. Along with the others, Vegeta sees a mysterious warrior challenge Frieza. This unknown character then transforms into a Super Saiyan. Vegeta, in total disbelief, asks himself how is it possible that there is another Super Saiyan besides Goku? There are now 2 Super Saiyans, and the proud prince of the Saiyans is not among them. This frustrates Vegeta even more, who is just obsessed with this goal. He then learns about the bleak future which awaits him. He is killed by the androids in 3 years' time. Vegeta begins his training to prepare for the androids. He trains for 3 years. He leaves Earth to train on distant planets so that he can have the solitude and focus to accomplish the impossible. Vegeta returns to Earth while the androids have already begun challenging Goku and the others. He arrogantly appears before the androids which were supposed to kill him. Android 19 faces off against Vegeta, but Vegeta stands before the androids asking why they were surprised when Goku transformed into a Super Saiyan. Vegeta confidently tells them not to underestimate the power of a Saiyan. He asks them if they feel fear before beginning to power up. Vegeta has finally attained it. He is finally transformed. The bravado and cockiness is backed up by Vegeta as he finally transforms into a Super Saiyan with a proud smirk on his face. Krillin is confused. He says that he thought you had to have a calm and still heart if you aim to achieve the Super Saiyan state. Vegeta answers Krillin as he walks towards Android 19. He says that his heart was still calm and pure. However, this purity was derived through his pure desire to grow stronger. Vegeta underwent fierce training. As he was seeking to grow stronger, he went out into the depths of space. He trained to the point where he had reached his limits. He realizes that with his current limits, he won't surpass Goku. The anger and frustration that this causes Vegeta forces the Super Saiyan within him to awaken. This is the midpoint of Vegeta's growth as a character. He has attained his birthright, but his quest to become the strongest Saiyan in existence continues. His rival Goku is constantly seeking new barriers to overcome, but Vegeta keeps training so that he too can reach the next plateau and not fall behind.